What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Durkatron Prime, currently here with Brito. Gonna be sharing with you guys a Beelzemon list that he's been topping with a PPG and Knowhere Toys and Comics. So just go ahead and jump into the profile, Brito.
All right. So first off, with the eggs, I run 4 of the Undulation Pagus. This one is by far the best egg for this deck because you just want to fill up your trash as quick as possible. For the 5th egg, it can really be anything you want, but I found the most success with this Demi-Mera. Because, for example, if I'm in this deck, if I build a big stack, this is the egg that I want. Because whenever I mill, it just gains you draws you the card. In this deck, it's when you're milling, oftentimes you don't draw. So these are the eggs: 4 Undulation Pagus, 1 BT-9 Demi-Mera. For the rookies, I run 4 of the EX2 Impmon. This is kind of like a must-have in this deck, mainly for his ability of when he gets milled, other than by his own effect, you can mill up to 3 more cards. All right, so this is kind of a must-have of 4 of in this deck. He also does an on-play search top 4 cards for a Beelzemon and Iron Mako, but there's not too many times you actually want to do that, since you either get your Beelzemon literally just by drawing into him or just by through other effects, but sometimes just hard playing them can be the better play. The other 4 Impmons are the Undulation Impmons, the BT2 ones. This is another must-have at 4. It's Undulation, trash 3, nothing else. Then I run 2 of the BT6 Impmon. Simply put, just on play, trash card from your hand and pick up a 7-grade Demon Lords, which oftentimes will be your Beelzemon. So this is a really good card in this deck, especially since, let's say you have like a blast mode in your hand. This guy helps you trash the blast mode, all right, from your hand. So this 2 of, you can try 3. I think 3 is just a little too bricky. All right. 1 of Dracmon. On play, pick up 1 7-cost option or 1 1-cost option. This guy, you'll see him why he's kind of necessary in this deck. You could tech him out for another card, but I really like him. You'll see why now in a sec. Psychmon, 1 of. You could also just have 2 Psychmons instead of 1 1. But this guy, 1 of, just mainly because of the D-Reaper matchup and let's say a Dexmon match. Anybody who plays Dexmon. Alright, that is it for the level 3s. For the level 4s, 4 of, actually wait. So in total, I am running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rookies. So for the rookie count, 12. Now for the champions, I run 4 of the Wizardmon. This is... You can put him at 3, but I love him at 4. His effect, when he's milled, gain a memory. That's really important in this deck, but also his inheritable is what makes it, like, if you don't abuse this inheritable, you're not playing the deck right. All right, when attacking, you may reveal 1 purple card from your hand and place it at the top of your deck. So the strat with this guy is to put, for example, an Impmon or any of your other cards that gain effects from milling to the top of your deck. That's why this guy is so broken in this deck. Later on, I'll show you some of the combos you can do with this card. 2 Dobermons. He really helps you fill up your trash. On deletion, mill top 3. And then pick up a purple Digimon or a purple Tamer from your trash. He helps you out for just essentially fixing your hand, just the mill, grab something from the trash. He also helps you when you mill one of your Iron Makos. He's really good for that. So he's a 2 of. And then I don't run too many level 4s, so it's going to be 4 of this, 2 of this, and then 1 Loemon, 1 hybrid for game. This guy actually does come up when I need him to. When I need him to, he is definitely there for Loe for game. So in total, I am running 7 champions, all right? 7 champions. For the level 5s, I run 2 of Skull Sata, 1 of Black War Growl. So for the 2 Skull Satas, I wouldn't say he's a must-have in this deck, but he helps a lot. All right, so when digivolving, trash top 2 cards of your deck, then return 1 Demon Lords back from your trash to your hand. That could be most your Beelzemons and the other level 5 I'm running here. But for the most part, you have to be careful with him, because if you have nothing else in your trash but a blast mode, he ends up picking up your blast mode, and that can actually kind of mess you up a bit. His inheritable is also good, that when you trash from your deck, gain a memory. He's really good. Black War Growl, one of, he works well in times where, let's say I have this crazy play where I have a bunch of memory. I can do the Evo play into blast mode, which I'll explain now in a sec. Swing, pop another Digimon to restand, do the checks, and then swing again. Oftentimes, this guy can give you game. So these 3. And then to complete the level 5s, I run 3 LuisthePanda Chaos modes. These guys are really, really good in this deck, because there will be a point where you have, like, let's say 30 cards in trash, like I mentioned, was the magic number. 30 cards in trash, you hard drop them for 5, pop your level 6, or pop a Tamer. In this format, with it being a single stack, popping level 6 can literally turn the game for you. All right, 3 LuisthePandas. Now for the level 6s. 4 EX2 Beelzemons. This guy is broken in this deck. First, when he gets milled, you could play an Itmon from the trash. So oftentimes what ends up happening is, let's say this guy's suspended on my side of the field, the opponent does something to delete it, I mill the top 3, he gets milled, I bring him right back out. This, because of him, you can make this deck into a Rookie Rush deck. Alright, that's his first effect. His second effect is, when digivolving and when attacking, you can mill the top 2 cards of your deck and delete a level 3 or lower. For every 10 cards in your trash, you can increase the level by 1. So yeah, once you get 10 in trash, you can delete up to level 4. Once you get 20 cards in trash, you can delete up to level 5. 30 cards in trash, you can delete up to level 6. So he's really, really good for single stack control. Even kind of a wide board, because you can Evo, trash the top 2. As long as it's your turn, you could swing, pop another Digimon. Alright? So 4 of Beelzemon. Then this is kind of a must-have in this deck, but 1 Junomon, 2 Avenged Kidmon. So even though these guys don't work too much with this deck, except for maybe Junomon, because it's trash top 3 and then return a Digimon back to your hand, this combo helps you stop yourself from decking out. So let's say you're less than 10 cards in trash in deck, and you got to start either going for game or extending the game so that you can try to go. Yeah, you play this, you Evo into this, you grab this, which is most likely milled, grab 1, bring it to your hand, hard play it, and then you put all your options from your trash into your deck, and it stops you from milling, from decking out. So this is kind of a must-have in this deck. So these are the level 6s I run. Simply just 7. You can try to change up the ratios here a little bit, like maybe swap this out for maybe either a Creepy or another Beelzemon. But for example, the BT-9 Beelzemon, the secret rare that lets you warp onto an Itmon. But honestly, I feel like that sometimes I use it less often. So honestly, 2 of, 1 of. Alright, and then simply for the level 7s, 2 blast modes. I used to like really running 3, but with this deck, with how many times I could either win by just building wide or building tall, 2 of is honestly just fine. So his effect, when he gets milled, you could delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, and then when digivolving, you can delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest level, and then on your turn, for every 10 cards in the trash, you gain security attack +1. So he is literally your big hitter. There's nothing else in this deck that hits harder than this guy. Literally, once you're at 10, 20, 30 cards in trash, you're swinging for pretty much the rest of your opponent's security. So this guy, he's broken, he's cracked. All right, for the Tamers, I run 3 Iron Makos. So it's kind of a must-have in this deck. For Beelzemon, like this, you cannot go without. Iron Mako, first off, it's a memory setter, so at the start of your turn, if you're at 2 or less, set your memory to 3. And then your turn, when you attack with the Digimon, you can suspend this to mill the top card of your deck. Then, if the attacking Digimon is a Beelzemon, you can warp from the trash a blast mode for a memory cost of 3. So oftentimes what you want to do is, let's say you're set to 3, you promote your level 5, you EVO on top with the EX2 Beelzemon, you do the effects, then once you swing, you could tap this to EVO into the blast mode. So, cracked combo, super good combo. Alright. And now, for the options, which is kind of, I like to say, the spicy part of this deck, because not a lot of people expect this amount of options. So first off, 2 Darkness Wave. 2 Darkness Wave, let me read exactly what it says. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then if you have yellow Digimon in play, return 1 yellow or purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So since we don't really run any yellow Digimon here, the second part of the effect doesn't really go. So you're just literally 1 cost to trash the top 3 cards of your deck. It works a lot. There's been so many times where turn 1 I have this in my hand. I EVO a rookie in the back, I play this for 1, put my opponent to 1, mill the top 3, and I end up milling, like, let's say, a Wizardmon. It goes back to my turn, and I already have cards in my trash, and I can still play. So yeah, this card, really, really good in this deck. Then, 3 Deathslinger. 3 Deathslinger, this is the Beelzemon kill spell right here. So when this gets milled, gain a memory, alright? And then on play, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, then for every 10 cards in the trash, increase the level by 1. So literally with 30 cards in trash, you can already delete it up to level 7. Broken card, broken. 3 Jack Raids. So yeah, with the amount of cards in your trash piling up fairly quickly, once you get this card in your hand, it gets you the memory, bro. Gets you the memory. Then 4 Calling from the Darkness. There's gonna be so many times where you literally just want to like delete your on deletion Entmon and then pick up cards from your trash. Like this card is a must-have at 4. You could also kind of have it at 3, but I've noticed that when I have it at 3, I rarely get to see it just because it gets milled so often. When I have it at 4, I see it so many times. I prefer to have it in my hand than just have it in my trash. So having a high ratio of this card almost guarantees you to have it in your hand most of the games. And then last option, Missed Memory Boost. Missed Memory Boost, trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then draw a card, and then on the delay main effect, just gain 2 memory. Pop it turn later and you gain 2 memory. I used to have this at 2, but honestly, I would prefer to have the 4th Calling. I would prefer to have 3 Jack Raids. You could also just cut this all together and go to the 4th Jack Raid. But this card, it really helps you kind of like turbo into the mills. So early game, you would prefer to have...
All right, guys, now for the combo segment of the video, he just wants to share with you guys this really cool interaction between these cards, and this is why he's running them. It's kind of like a spicy tech combo for the deck. So go ahead, Brito.
All right, so ideally, this is going to be kind of like how the situation need to be. I'm sure you're going to have a lot more cards in trash. Let's just say this, whatever. You have, let's just say you have like 20 cards in trash, whatever. Let's say you're at 3, and you have this already evoed in the back. You either already have this evoed in the back, or you find a way to gain 3 more memory, which honestly in this deck, it's very easy to do. So let's say this is the scenario. You start your turn at 3, you have Iron Mako in the back, and you have Beelzemon in your hands. So you promote the Beelzemon. What you want to do is, when you swing, you have this Wizardmon as the level 4, so you use its inheritable. When attacking, you may reveal 1 purple card and put it at the top of your deck. So you want to put this Beelzemon at the top of your deck. Alright, then once that happens, you could go ahead and resolve this effect, but for this example, it's not really needed. You would then use the Iron Mako to tap to move the top card of your deck. So this effect resolves after this finishes resolving. So since the Beelzemon is swinging, you could warp from the trash into blast mode for memory cost of 3. You draw your card, whatever it is, doesn't matter in this case. But now since this effect is pending, Beelzemon plays an Entmon from the trash. You play whatever Entmon, I'm gonna select this for the example. And let's just say we have 20 cards in trash. He gains security attack +2, so you're gonna be doing 3 checks. But before the attack resolves, you activate the Black War Growls when attacking effect. Pop a Digimon to restand. Alright? And you do the 3 checks. Hopefully,
that's a lot of damage. damage.
That is a lot of damage. You swing again, possibly for game or for the rest of the rest of the security.
Yep.
Boom, there you go. What was the card you drew? Oh, Jack's Raid. There you go. That's the Jack's Raid you needed to gain the extra 3 in case. So yeah, that's one of the combos you can do with this deck.
So that's good. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and remember, we brick by nature.